phone. Hey. Yeah.
Why you always gotta be so extra?
I'm extra. I'm the extra Toya. You were bouncing off the walls the whole time the intro was going on, and I'm the extra one. Mm-mm. Nope.
Welcome to Soultiful, guys.
Good on the 1st of January 2021.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to be here. We got a wonderful show for you today. My name is Latoya.
My name's Nakia.
I'm Janet.
And I'm the other Toya.
And we have the beautiful Miss Courtney Daniel on here today. Oh my God. Oh, thank you for coming on today, Courtney.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, let me look. I'm behind. I should have your bio up.
But we're working on first.
Courtney, I'm kind of having some for us to excuse our behavior this afternoon.
It's okay.
While I'm looking for that, we'll go ahead and start on what we're working on. Nakia, you go first.
Today I worked on doing purchase orders for my job and mapping out the customer journey for my business.
Nice.
Oh, and I built a website.
Nice. Janet?
Awesome.
Well, today I did some graphics for a young lady who's having a Clubhouse marketing platform. So I put some graphics for her. And then I was working on a project for another client.
So today, I can't remember what I did early this morning. Oh, we worked on the website and worked on the giveaway that we'll tell you a little bit more about later on today. But yes, there's going to be a giveaway, a Soultiful giveaway.
Oh my God.
Oh, you worked on the website, huh?
We had to take a shower.
Okay, so what did I work on today? Today I was working on some outreach. So I've been trying to put myself out there a little more, introduce myself to businesses. So that's what I've been doing. I also, what else did I do today? Oh, I just worked on adding new content for my 2021 campaign stuff. So that's what I did today.
Fantastic.
What have you been working on?
Yes, so I've been working on two things that are very important to me that I want to continue during this movement. One is content creation for my online community, No to Patterns, which is a Seacoast-based organization where I bring together people of color and we talk about issues that are happening here in the Seacoast. And it's been well, and it's open to everyone. Everyone is welcome to join. And the second thing that I've been working on is outreach and just making sure that I get myself out there more as I continue to create these awesome products for my clients in the community, which I know that they can use and be beneficial to their businesses.
Very good.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I was working on content this week. I worked on content too, but that was this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yes. Y'all,
Mama just saying hello to everybody.
Hello.
hi, Mama Dodge.
Hey, Mama Dodge. So good to see you. Happy New Year to you, sugar.
So y'all, let me formally introduce this wonderful woman we have here today. Her name is Courtney Daniel. She is a creative strategist and a nationally recognized award-winning business owner. Her dedication, humbleness, and ability to build relationships has afforded her the opportunity to work with top-name celebrities in the industry for several years as a personal assistant. Courtney's love for design won her national recognition from the United States Postal Service when she designed a postage stamp. How awesome is that? She has been a guest on multiple podcasts, including So Money with Farnoosh Torabi and Entrepreneur on Fire. Her work has also been featured on Huffington Post, as well as other publications. And now she is a part of the Soultiful crew. Yes, she came on here to share that today. Today we're going to be talking about how saying no can change your business, your life, and everything. And we're also going to talk about some introvertness because I and a lot of people in my circle are introverts. So, and a lot of people that prefer to work at home, they're introverts. So we're definitely going to get to touch on that today. Who has their first question for Courtney?
So I would like to start. This is a long-time co-worker, friend, support. Me and Courtney know each other for 20-something years. Yes. So this is so weird to find out that she's an introvert. When did this start? I never saw that side of you in all the things when we work together. How do you maintain that? Or how do you turn it on and off?
Well, I was born with it. And so I think, when at first I never knew what it was. And that's just to be honest. So I didn't really was able to put a finger on it until I started going to mentoring classes, signing up for these coaching classes. And one lady that I followed many years ago, or started to follow many years ago, when I worked in corporate America, I would listen to her on a podcast while I was at work. And she would talk about how, she used to be shy. She was behind the scenes, but she knew that she was meant for more. She had that little voice inside of her that always said, you're a leader. You're going to do great things. You're meant to lead. So working that job, I think it was just that motivation of the job and me not wanting to be there and me knowing that, hey, she, I resonate with her. It's a lot of things that she's saying that I can identify with. And I'm like, well, if she can do it, I know that I can do it, because I'm up for a challenge. I'm always up for a challenge. And so that was like almost 2 years ago. And so from there, I began to look more into it and start, just researching like, what is an introvert? What's an extrovert? I've heard it before, but I never really paid any attention to it because I was like, they're not talking about me. I'm just who I am. And that's who I am. And I accepted that. But then if you really want to put a title on it and be politically correct, here it is. I'm an introvert, but I go after the things that I'm passionate about. So I think, for me, is when I think about what I want to do and what makes me happy at the end of the day, when I lay down in the bed, I'm going to go towards those things because I know that I can put, 100% into whatever that project is, whatever that assignment is, that task is. So it's just learning how to identify that. I know who I am, but being introvert does not limit me. So that's another thing that I had to learn as well.
That's great that it doesn't limit you. I feel like being an introvert sometimes is looked upon as a negative thing when I don't think it's a negative thing. But I think some people look at it as a negative thing. They say, oh, I'm an introvert, instead of saying, oh, I'm an introvert. So that's great.
Right. Absolutely. It's like, that's what I identify as, but that's not who I am.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I identify as an introvert, but I also too know that there's more that I want to do. I just have to get out of my own way to do it. And
sometimes too, it's all about, enough is enough. Like how many times are you going to say, I want to, okay, for instance, here we are in January, a lot of people probably set New Year's resolutions and like, hey, I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to the gym. Well, I am going to the gym tomorrow, but it's not a resolution. But, and it's like, how many times do you have to say that to yourself in order for you to move and make action on it? And in order to move your feet, because we're not promised tomorrow. So it's like, and we don't know if we're going to be here next week. So why can't you do it now? Why can't you make plans today? If you're going to go to the gym tomorrow, be prepared. Lay your stuff out, set your alarm, have your shoes ready by the door, have your towel ready. So you have no excuse as to not to get out the door, as a reason not to get out of the door in the morning when that alarm goes off and you're doing it. And I think once you get over that day, you're all set. It's like, yes, okay, here it is. I accomplished this. Now I have to keep it up, because now you have to be true to yourself and know that, hey, this is something that I want to do, and I'm going to do what it takes to make sure I keep it up.
That's right. Toya already has her towel for the gym.
So Toya ain't going to nobody's gym. I'm sorry. How do you balance between when it's time to say no and the introvert? How do you make all of that work for you?
No. So for me, saying no, I always base it on three things. And one is, does it make me feel good? So if, say, for instance, if someone's asking me to work on a project, or they're asking me to collaborate with them, or they're asking me if they want to be the thing that I look at is, first, does it make me feel good? Like, by me working with this client, is it going to make me feel good? Two, am I going to give 100% to this client? Is it just an opportunity for me to say, yes, I want this client just for the sake of saying I have a client? Or is it the sake of, me knowing that I really want to be here with this client? I know that I can give them value. I know that I can provide them with the assistance that they may need, the support that they may need. And three, are they going to be able to walk away feeling good about the services that I provide, or what I provide to them? Are they going to say, are they going to feel good and be able to give me that recommendation? Are they going to talk to their friends to be able to say, hey, if you're looking for a virtual assistant, if you're looking for someone to design your stationery, you're looking for someone to collaborate with on one of your one-off projects, what are they going to say about me? So I always have to make sure that these are the things that are in my head when I'm looking to take on a new client. Normally I go with my gut instinct, and I think I get that from when I started working in the banking industry many years ago. And it's just something that I had. Like, if somebody was coming in and they was kind of fishy, it was a gut feeling. And 99.9% of the time I was correct. So I've used that throughout my life, to where if someone asked me to collaborate with them, what is my first instinct? What is my reaction? And I usually go on that. And most of the time it leads me in the right direction.
That's something that's really, really interesting. I've never thought to use my gut instinct as to whether or not I want to proceed with something. Sometimes I just do it because I want to do it.
Well, I mean,
that's kind of balance, because if you feel like you just want to do it, it might be your gut that's urging you to just go on and do. So it kind of balance out. I think it would really just depend on if you're a little bit leery about something, and then which one is pushing you more. Go, don't go. I think that's where but if you initially feel that way, that's already your gut telling you go for it.
So I have a question for everybody. How has that panned out for you, specifically working with clients, going with your gut feeling if you work with them or not? I feel like for me, I agree with Courtney.
So do you mean, like, say, for instance, if like a client approaches me and it's like, oh, something may not be right. So what I like to do, once I meet with the client, I'll meet with the client, we'll talk and just listen to them, because most of the time you're there to listen to what they need help with, right? So, and during that conversation, I think for the most part, you can pick up on their energy. You can pick up on if they're going to be a good client to work with. Say, for instance, if you're sending them emails and they're taking 5 days to respond, and knowing that there's a project due next week, or if, if you're having a conversation and they're all over the place, they can't put a period at the end of the sentence. And so those are the kind of things that I look for. And it's like, hey, if they're doing this on this initial conversation, just imagine what it would be like if you work with them as a client. Like you would spend more time and energy chasing after them when they're the ones that need help. And you're spending more time wasted there and the energy just to get a response to an email that you sent out like 2-3 weeks ago. So normally I go by that. And then you just say, you can come up with something very nice and political to say the reason as to why we may not be a good fit at the time. There may not be any availability to help with the projects that you have going on right now. So if you'd like to circle back with me mid-year. So, it is ways that you can kind of say that without saying no, like no, bottom line, point blank, because I say sometimes those clients are the ones that can refer you to someone else who may be a good fit. And may give you those referrals on which you may need. So you don't want to say outright, no, we ain't working together because it ain't working. So you don't want to say that. You just want to, be politically correct about it. And who knows, they may have their stuff together. They may be able to step up to the plate, come back to you and say, hey, I'm ready. I'm willing. I want to work with you. I want to partner with you and let's do this. So.
I think that's a fantastic point that you made. You may come across a potential client that you at this time you can't work together, but if you're nice and cordial, they will refer you. They absolutely will refer you to other folks. So that's a great point.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Has there been one particular lesson that you have experienced in your years of being in business when you definitely said yes? I truly see why I said no, like on the aftermath of it.
Like feeling good about your no, so feeling good about my no. Yeah, it's been several times. But I think that comes with growth. That comes with encounter with different types of personalities, encounter with different types of styles, and you being able to identify that. You being able to identify on that person. And I say that it makes me think back to when I worked as a personal assistant and I would be out and about. And if I have a conversation about someone, what I would do is create a code name. So nobody ever knew who I was talking about, what I was talking about. And it's not like putting that person right out there. So it's kind of like you can identify those kind of things. Like, hey, this person is a, and you put them over there. This person is a, and you put them over there. And then you just categorize. What are the type of personalities that you want to work with? Where are your top 3? Where are your top 2? Where are your top 1? What is the one that you really feel like you can mesh with? You guys can make happen. You can really support them because they're all about your business. Are these the clients that are they respond to your emails right away? Are these the clients that, as you send things to them, they respond to you, they acknowledge you? So this, is teamwork. It's that partnership. So I think by me learning how to categorize in my own way, coming up with my own system to categorize clients, it has really made me feel good about some of the decisions that I made just moving forward in business.
And since you are so keen to your introvert, do you ever have you met clients or worked with clients that were introvert as well? And how did y'all balance?
I haven't. It's so funny you asked that question. So the clients that I work with are not introverts. And I think that it may be, that it's meant to work out that way. You know, most of my clients, they're outgoing. They're like, hey, Courtney, let me introduce you to this person. And I'm like, oh, Lord, I don't want to meet nobody else because today is not the day. Like, I've already put all my energy out in this project that we worked on. I need to go and recoup. Like, I really need to go and plug in because I don't have the energy for that. So most of the clients that I work with are not introverts. And I guess for me, I would say that that's a good thing because it allows me to be able to kind of adapt to their ways. Now, these are good clients. You know, they're responsive. They know that, you know, we're in, like I say, we're in a partnership. We're on the same team. We're trying to work to accomplish these goals, and they're very responsive. So these are the clients that I like to work with. But I wouldn't say that they're necessarily like me, which is how I like it. And I think that's how I'm able to really be to kind of hone in on their everyday activities and the way that they operate in not necessarily business. It could be homes and in their home-based business or whatever projects they have going on. So it allows me to identify those things.
Do you think that in the terms of being an introvert, that opposites attract is what works for you, and that you're the introvert and they're outgoing, so that works for you better?
It could be. I don't, you know what? I just say for me, I just offer who I am, the services I offer, what I do, how I create a flow for these clients, how I can just go in and kind of visualize and just see things and just make it happen. So yeah, it could be a possibility that, you know, opposites attract when you're speaking in those terms.
I love it. That is awesome. Janet already asked all my questions, so.
So
What?
So what is I guess what's your niche? I didn't hear that. I'm sorry if you already told us.
So for me, what I've done is I wouldn't say that I necessarily have a niche.
Mm-hmm.
And just being an introvert, I like to focus on the things, the passions that make me happy. And I actually put those under the umbrella of the Courtney Daniel brand. Okay. And those three things that I enjoy most are administrative support, whether it's a personal assistant or a virtual assistant. Okay. I love custom design, custom stationery. I love the idea of me being able to have that as an outlet where I can just create custom stationery. It could be note cards, thank you cards, birthday invitations, and it still allows me to have that outlet there. And then also too, allows me speaking, like to coach and just to kind of motivational speaking. I enjoy sharing my stories. I enjoy talking to people. Yes, most introverts don't, but you know, it's a part of the things that really make me happy because I've noticed, and I think that it really came to light when I moved to New Hampshire and I moved out of my comfort zone and I moved away from things that I was just so comfortable with and being around. So I was just used to operating in how I operated. So just coming to a whole different state, a whole different world where you're really having to reinvent yourself. That's what really pushed me to really identify the things that really make me happy, where I feel like I've given myself, I provided value. I am who I am, laid back, but I'm very professional, very dependable. And so again, I just think that just being not ripped out of Georgia, but yeah, moving from Georgia to New Hampshire had really, really allowed that space for growth and for me to be able to identify the things that really, really made me happy. And that's what I really focus on. If it's anything pretty much outside of those three things, I may consider it, but for the most part, if I don't get that gut instinct, if I don't get that feeling, if I don't get like that, oh yeah, this is something good, I say no. And I've learned to say that. So, and say no without hesitation.
That is awesome.
And so when you decide that you're going to say no, do you wait until like, so me and you were having a business call. Your gut feeling is telling you, nah, she might not be the one. Do you then terminate call and say, I'll get back with you in 24 to 48 hours or however your procedure is? And then you tell them, or do you sometimes conclude that at the end of the call, yes, Mrs. Jack, I've listened to your needs. However, just from listening to what you provide, I think our services, my services, when do you decide that no is the time?
So I always give opportunity and the benefit of the doubt, right? So I want to hear all the clients. I want to hear those potential clients who want to partner with me and allow me to create a system that they're going to, be able to save time in their day, to be able to put more family appointments on the calendar, things like that. So normally I'll do a debrief once we hang up. I'll let them know that I'll do a recap of the conversation. And during that time, if I'm typing it out, or again, I may have this, gut feeling during our conversation. I normally just kind of, allow me to kind of step back from the conversation, listen to what they said, type it out, and then I'll come up with my conclusion, whatever the case may be, whether it's a no, not at this time, or yes, let's see how we can move forward. Here are the next steps. So it's not like a right away.
And so have you ever found at any time when you got off a call, your whole flow and energy was, I don't want to say angry, but you were in a tense moment that you just was like, does, because the thing that you were teaching us is how to say no and increase our, and sometimes we, and I'll just speak preferably for me. Sometimes I want people too much benefit of the doubt. I get off the phone, and I'm a very vibesy person too. So if I don't get your vibe, we really got a problem, because I believe in being cool with everybody. But sometimes I just be like, yeah, no. But because I want to give you the benefit of the doubt, I may ponder. And then that next day is like, have you ever had one of those experiences?
No, not necessarily. I haven't had one of those, because again, for me, I go in open. For me, my goal is to go in and listen and see how I can provide assistance. Even if we're on the call, I may drop a couple tips, to the client and share with them, like, hey, I know that you said, you may not be able to get your emails organized. Here's a tip that you could use. So I'm always just giving out, providing value, regardless of if we're going to work together or not. And that's just been me. I'm always wanting to help, whether you feel like we're gonna be a good team or not. But I don't go in it with any type of expectation, because I feel like when you go in it with expectations, they're either met or they're not. So if you just go in wanting to hear the person out, wanting to hear what they have to talk about, because first of all, they reached out to you. So of course, they need help. So you just hear what they have to say. You want to hear what they need the help with. And then you make your decision based upon, once you hang up, then, you look at all the notes that you wrote down, your debrief, what was your feeling when they said this, or when they said that. So I've just learned how to not have an expectation, because say, for instance, if you really, really want this client and they don't work out, you're now disappointed. But if I don't expect anything from this call, if they ask questions and I have the answer, I'll give it. And I think by me approaching it that way, it's a win-win, because my emotions aren't tied into the expectation part of it.
All right, mic is on now. That was another great point from the glorious Courtney. Especially if you've just started a business, if you're a virtual assistant like we are, don't get attached. Don't get emotionally attached. You met somebody cool. You had a conversation with them cool. You may be able to help them. If not, cool. You know,
Yes.
you're able to leave them some value.
Right.
And, you know, maybe a year from now, they'll come back through, maybe 2 days, you know, if not, whatever. You're doing what you're supposed to do. So universal law, you know, things are going to come back. That's how I feel.
And every client's not your client.
Period. Yeah. So
That is true.
Great point. Do not get emotionally involved in business. You know, you just do what you're supposed to do, and that's it.
Yes. And I had to learn that, you know, like when I first moved here and I'm networking and going to these networking events and you know, they're like, I'm going to call you. Oh, I want this. I want your services. So on and so forth. So here I am looking at my phone to make sure that it's going on. Nobody's calling. And here it is. I have this disappointment. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, they said that they were on call, because I'm the type of person where, you know, your word is all you have. And when you give people your word, that's what you have. So I guess people don't, it may be different. I don't know. It's 2021. It could be different than what I know, but I grew up knowing that you say your pleases, you say your thank yous, and you give your word. And if you can't stand on your word, then you have nothing. So for me, I was thinking that it worked the same way as in business. Like if people say they're going to call you, okay, yeah, you're going to call me, but my phone is not ringing. So that led to, like, I mean, it was a disappointment, but it also was a lesson learned for me. And it's a lesson of, again, if people just allow people to do what they're going to do on their own time. And
that's right.
You see this person 20 times in Walmart, from that first time that they said that they were going to call you, and you see them 20 times after that, and they never mentioned anything about working with you, it's okay. Move forward past that, because they may not be ready. Something could have happened in their life. Something could have changed. So it's like, you know, as long as you don't have those emotions attached to that, you said you was going to call me, then you won't have this kind of, you know, side eye towards them. Right. Because you just never know what happened. And again, that comes with like the growth and the learning of being a business owner. And just if somebody said that they're going to do something, that's what they said. That has nothing to do with you. Right. They call you. If they don't, they don't. But you keep it moving.
Nice.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
That's right. Just to let y'all know, Courtney has an awesome freebie for y'all today, which we will be also linking in the description bar. It is a free download, and it is 30 inspirational for self-care. 30 inspirational quotes for self-care. And so we're going to have that linked so that you can get that from her.
Definitely need that.
Yes.
I'll throw it in the comments now.
Yes.
So people can click on that link.
Doreen has a comment.
Okay.
Oh, let me read that. I usually switch to one of the serve mode, etc., so much that I forget to read the vibes, etc. I am a very tolerant person, and sometimes I notice that we aren't vibing well way too late. Ooh, that has to hurt. Like I know that's like a sinking feeling when you're like, you know what, this really ain't it.
Oh, yeah. You know what? What I want to say to you, sis, it's been my experience that typically how it starts out is kind of how it is. Like from that first discovery call, be looking for, maybe even in your discovery call, you may want to make sure you're asking pointed questions that'll help you to kind of see the type of,
personality they have.
Personality that they have, because I can't think of one client that wasn't the same from day one, to the last.
Really? You can't think of one?
No, that one that you're thinking about. Yeah, me and Nakia, we work together, guys, and that one client you're thinking about, there were some signs in the beginning.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. I was
excited about the project. I wanted to do the project. That's what that was. And it ended up how we wanted it to end up. So, and Doreen, I kind of know you, sis. I know, we feel stuff in the beginning. We feel stuff. So just don't get what you feel.
We call those red flags. Do not ignore them.
That's so true. That's so true. And you know what? I think too, to see them in the beginning and to cut it off before you get too deep into the partnership or the business relationship, it'll save you so much energy and so much time, and so much of why did I even whatever, fill in the blank. Why did I even fill in the blank? But then again, I think it takes every client that you get is not going to be your ideal client. I think it's going to take maybe one or two of those clients, like, why did I, before you can realize like the signs or what this person looks like. And then there you go. You can classify them in your 1, 2, or 3, like your 1, 2, or 3, wherever you want them. But I think it does take them to be thrown in the mix for you to really know that these people are out there, they exist, and how do you identify them moving forward?
Yeah, how do you identify them moving forward? Doreen, one of the things
last year, to work with them to know your tolerance levels.
I'm sorry.
Say it again, Jenny.
Oh, I was saying that when you do take on those type of clients, it also helps you to learn your tolerance level so that you know for the future where you are.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's a teaching lesson as well.
For sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to know where you want to flip. That's what I say. Am I going to flip on this side today? Are they going to really see the real Courtney for just a little bit? Or are they going to see the professional Courtney? So and that's too. Like, sometimes you have to decide like how to handle the clients, because some of them can take your kindness for weakness. And just because you're maybe an introvert, you may not speak up, you may not say certain things. Me, as the introvert, I'm an observer. I observe. I see it all. I may not say nothing. You can tell me that you were not at the party and you were at the party because I've observed that. But I'm going to agree with you. Okay, you weren't there. All right. Okay, good. But for me, I just like to observe. And now, like, okay, all right, okay, so I think that helps as well too.
And
read people.
Doreen, I wanted to say, I told myself last year when I was working on my client avatar, and I probably said this before on the show, but I literally, to the point, I said I want clients that love me and I love them. And I just really detailed the type of client that I have. And for the most part, probably 95% of my clients are just like that. Like, we love each other. We enjoy and we work well together. It is a joy to take their money and to help them. And, I think, I'm saying that this is synergy. But like, I would write that down exactly what it is. And that's the client that you connect with, for sure. Yeah. Like Nakia said, everybody's not our client. They're just not. Yeah.
I literally just put that up as a post today. Like, your business is not for everybody, and that's okay. Like, it is okay.
Okay. Before we go further, I think it would be horrible if we did not say happy birthday to Mama Dorch. I'm sorry,
Mama
we missed
Dorch.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday to you. Nakia, Toya, I know y'all pretty close. Did you want to go ahead and sing it before we got off?
Hold on. First of all, I called Mama Dorch on her birthday.
Oh, I did.
Her happy birthday. And I did sing to her. Yes, I did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Show. That's what I won't be doing.
Man, thank you, Doreen. We appreciate your spirit. We thank you that you even want to hang out with us. So thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Also wanted to note in the comments, you can click on the link right there on Facebook and YouTube, so you can get Courtney's special offer for sure. And one more link before I forget. Can somebody talk about the giveaway?
Somebody talk about it.
Yes, let's talk about this giveaway, y'all. It's 2021. We are starting off with a bang. Our first show, we are going to talk about this giveaway. It's going to go all month long, and we are going to pick the winner at our last show this month, which will be on the 26th. Yes, 26th of January. So, y'all, click the link, subscribe, follow the prompts, do all the shares and all that, because we are going to pick a lucky winner and you get a $20 gift card. Amazon, come on, Amazon.
I had breakfast with my $20 Amazon card last week.
Nice. Yeah.
Got me a quiche and some chicken sausage, and I was having a bowl with my $20. So $20 can go a long way on Amazon, y'all.
Thank God for your quiche and your sausage. Hallelujah. All right. All right. Do we got another comment from Mama George?
Yep.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, I just put it up.
It says something wrong with the link.
There's something wrong with the link?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, we'll put it. We'll make sure we update the link. No problem. But it's all month long, y'all. So definitely make sure you definitely subscribe.
Mama George said, "Thank you, ladies." Yes, she did. But I'm waiting on my present. Toya, get her present, please. I tried to get on that link, but it would say something. Toya, she's waiting on her present. Okay, hurry up, chop chop.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yes, and Mom George, make sure that when we get the link fixed, if it's not working, make sure that you get that Amazon gift card. I would love for you to win it. That'd be awesome. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, Courtney, what would be Huh?
I'm sorry, it came up for me. It might just be going through some things.
Okay.
So, Courtney, what would you suggest besides that, you gave us some tips about knowing why you should take on a client. Then you also gave us some tips of how to put people in different categories. What else would you suggest to, whether you be an introvert or how to say no? What else would you suggest to us to keep our energy and flow at a steady pace throughout the year without going up on ebbs and flows and dipping and dripping?
Well, I can say that's not going to happen up and down, dip and drip or whatever. That's how it happens, right? Especially being an introvert, because you know that once you have given your all for the day, you're pretty much out of gas. And that is so true. Like, you're out of gas, you're really out of gas. So you have to go back and recharge. And I think just being able to identify the things that drain you, that pull all that energy out of you. What are these things that really take so much of your time? Why am I doing it? Maybe you can outsource those kind of things because it's not good for you, because you can put that energy towards something else where you're going to be more productive and you're going to be able to support your clients on what you have and give them the 100% that you know that you can give. So I just think it goes with the part of just being able to identify, putting your finger on what's not making me happy, what I'm not flowing with, listening to your gut too. Listening to that voice in your head, because it's there for a reason. And just knowing how to kind of channel that, hey, you're speaking to me. Hey, this is what's going on. How do I navigate this? How do I make sure that I listen to this and put this in the front of what's going on today? How do I, if I don't have that much energy, rest. It's okay to rest. It's okay to close your laptop, especially if you're working for yourself, you're working at home. And if you have your hours from 9 to 4, try to work 9 to 4. Anything else outside of 4 o'clock, it will have to go to the next business day. And actually, I've been working with a coach on that as well. It's just really using my business as that. If I'm available from 9 to 4. I don't reply to emails after 4 o'clock. I don't do anything with my clients after that time, because once you start to reply to them after 4 o'clock, after your business hours, after they've already paid you for the hours that you worked, and they're not probably going to pay overtime. That's one thing you have to think about too, especially if you're selling packages. if you reply to them after 4 o'clock, you're setting yourself up for, if they start sending you messages at 5, you're setting yourself up for them thinking that you're going to reply, because now you're replying outside of your hours of operations. Mm-hmm. So I think just like replying those long things can go a very long way. Like, hey, I'm not going to do this after my hours of operation. These are my business hours. And if it cannot wait, then now you begin to go into your emergency fees. Like, this is an emergency, so this is a fee attached to this, because now I'm having to now come out of my personal time to help you with a task or a situation. And I think too, just saying that up front with clients, like, hey, yes, I do operate outside of my business hours, but it's an additional fee for that. Mm-hmm. And I think with that, they know, they signed the contract. Hopefully they read it. And it just helps to keep you on that straight and narrow of not getting drained, because now you're giving so much. And then when 9 o'clock hits, it's like, you're done. You're like completely done. And sometimes that carries over into the next day. So just identify the things that really, really drain you, and either outsource or learn how to either outsource or don't do them, basically. Yeah, that's where you say no.
That was very good information. I definitely need that, because I seem to work all the time.
Yeah.
But I do have the emergency clause in my contract. I just never implemented.
No.
So I need to be better with that. Mm-hmm. And Toya, we need to update our hours.
Yeah.
Aye, Captain. And Toya don't play about that 9 to 5 or 10 to 5, whatever she worked. We already know we can't get nothing out of her at 5.
Yes, absolutely.
Home gotta come first, y'all. Home gotta come first. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I think that's important too when you're setting your hours as a virtual assistant, is that, you have to set those non-negotiables up front. Like, it's not negotiable. This is how I operate. This is what happened. And once you set those expectations before they sign the contract, or even, the midst of signing the contract, you might want to highlight those. Because normally what I'll do, I'll send the client a contract, and then I'll send like a quick, like, here's some quick pointers after the contract, just so we're highlighting when payments are expected. We're highlighting the hours of operation. We're highlighting how you can get in contact with me in the event of an emergency. If there is an emergency, we're highlighting those fees. So we're highlighting the scope of the work. So I'm not going to work for you and your partner and his partner and his partner. We're not doing that. We're just, so I think we do those quick little highlights. Although we've sent that contract, it's like, hey, let me follow up with this again, and we can kind of be on the same page as we move forward, because now you have that little quick reference in front of you.
Yeah, that's something we have in our contract. It's highlighted in the contract, but then we have a welcome packet.
Yeah,
little key pieces from the contract, and reiterates them so that they did see it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then it's also okay to ask, so did you have any questions about the quick referral, quick tip sheet that I sent out to you? The welcome package. Did you have any questions about that? And then you can kind of tell if the client like, no, I didn't read it. So now, again, going back, Janet, probably to one of those questions you asked earlier, how do you identify? Now, this is one of those questions you're going to ask. Now, do I really want to work with him? I sent him or her. I sent this to them. They didn't even read the contract. So what do you think is going to come after that? Like, the expectation has already been set for you. Like, now you have to decide if you want to move forward or not, so those are one of the red flags. It may be like a half red flag, but hey, it's on the way up. A half red flag. It's halfway up. It's not all the way up. It's halfway up.
Have a good night, Doreen.
Night, sis.
You're welcome.
See you.
Well, this has been a good show. Do we have any promo we need to put up, or have we already discussed those? Are we sponsored by anyone today?
We are sponsored by VA World Conference. As usual, we are hosting our first in-person conference, and we would love for you guys to join us. You can go to our website, vaworldconference.com, for more information and tickets.
Yeah.
Very nice. And one more sponsor today. We have our dear sister Janet.
Woo, look at that. Hey.
Talk to us, Janet. Tell us about your business.
Sure. We are KSSSolutionss. We provide customer service, email management, event planning, logistics, Facebook group management, also personal liaison, podcast schedule, and social media management. We are truly your resolution to the entrepreneurial demands. So whatever your demands are in your business that you need assistance with, call us. Let's have a free consultation call to get you on the right path so that you can meet the demands of your business.
Ooh.
Wonderful. Thank you. Lovely.
Yes, well, guys, it has been great. Courtney, do you have any last words that you want to say?
I would say, as an introvert, as a virtual assistant, always be true to who you are, and know that you can give only 100%. I'm not sure exactly where 110 and 120 come from, but 100%, a battery only charges at 100%. So just give that. If you're putting time out to solicit these clients, make sure you step up to the plate and you work with these clients. You make sure that you're giving them everything that you have and you're providing them with the support on which they need. And just remember to have fun too. You know, it's all about fun and having a good time, because this is your business. You created the way you want it to flow. You created how you want it to go. So have fun doing it.
Yes.
I love it. Yes.
Definitely.
Yes, yo.
So don't forget about the giveaway. The link is in the Facebook and on the YouTube. And Toya, your favorite words?
Yes, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Meet us right back here every Tuesday, right here on Soultiful, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.